A draw that feels like a loss. Manchester United 2, Sevilla 2. What went well? What didn't go so well? Let's analyze. All right, let's start with the good. One of the best things that transpired from this game is that Anthony Martial, Marcel Sabitzer partnership. A perfect partnership between a deep lying forward and a shadow striker. So let's look at this. This sequence right here was during the 12th minute. 2 minutes exactly before we scored our first goal. And this kind of foreshadows what's about to happen. As we can see here, as Lisandro Martinez is controlling the ball in our own half, Anthony Martial from the number 9 position is dropping into this space right here. Of course, Lisandro Martinez finds him with a pass right there. What is Anthony Martial gonna do? He's gonna, of course, turn and run with Bruno Fernandes and Sabitzer both ahead of him. Again, Erik Ten Hag keeping on with his initial plan of using two aggressive, high up the pitch, number 8. This time it's Bruno Fernandes and Sabitzer. If it ain't broken, don't fix it. It's a system that works for us. So, of course, Anthony Martial 1-2 with Bruno Fernandes. Anthony Martial runs towards the box, lays the ball to Anthony. Anthony, of course, here he had a shot on target. Yassine Bounou, my countrymate, he had a decent game, had also a good save that kept Sevilla in the game. But of course, 2 minutes later, 2 minutes after that, we were able to score the goal. And again, with a similar pattern of play. Lisandro Martinez has the ball, but here, smart move from Tyrell Malacia. Of course, here he's marked by Fernando and Ocampos. And so what he's going to do is he's going to actually go back into this space over here, dragging these players with him, therefore affording Lisandro Martinez more time on the ball. Of course, Anthony Martial seizes this opportunity to drag Nianzou, the right-sided centre-back, with him towards the left-hand side over here. That's also a very good deep line forward move by Anthony Martial. Very smart of the ball movement. So he gets the ball, and here Anthony Martial, the difference between him and someone like Marcus Rashford or Weghorst is that his ball control is amazing. His technique is amazing. Beautiful pass between the defenders over here to Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho to Casemiro. Casemiro to Bruno Fernandes. Now, here is one problem for Sevilla, is that because of Anthony Martial's movement, right here there are 3 dangerous Manchester United players, Malacia, Sancho and Martial. So their 3 defenders over here need to focus on them. But also Nianzou, because he was marking Anthony Martial, and because Anthony Martial, the centre back, is not here anymore and Sabitzer is taken, he's actually going to move more towards the right hand side. That's a very bad move because it opened up this space and it's a big gaping hole for Sabitzer over here. And of course, as you can see, Nianzou moves even further to the right-hand side. But in this kind of space, look at this. You don't need to ask Bruno Fernandes twice. He's gonna find that pass. Sabitzer, beautiful shadow striker move. Nobody cares about him, but he's a finisher, just like a striker. Left foot into the top corner. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful finish. Now, the second goal is just as amazing. So we cleared the ball after a Sevilla attack, and then the ball is gonna land here. Sabitzer over here, ready to pounce. And of course, Anthony Martial with Nianzou, the right-sided centre-back, who had a horrendous first half, marking Anthony Martial. Now, Nianzou, of course, makes a mistake. But what I'm going to say about this is that a lot of strikers in these situations would not have created a chance that would have resulted in a shot on goal. Never mind an actual goal. And so credit to Anthony Martial, because what he's going to do here is perfect deep line forward play. It's amazing. It's like prime Wayne Rooney or current Harry Kane. So Anthony Martial runs with the ball. Now, of course, Sabitzer is going to make a sprint, a run into this space over here. But of course, Martial is going to create this goal. So he stops play, comes back. And the reason why he's doing this, and what every deep line forward wants to do, they want to be in a position, if you watch Harry Kane, that's exactly what he likes doing. They want to be in a position where they have the game in front of them. The game playing out in front of them, because every deep line forward is also a creator. And so the main thing about Anthony Martial that is different to what Weghorst or Rashford bring to our attack is that he's also a playmaker. He's also a creator. And so when he finds himself in these pockets of space, of course, his technique allowed him to position himself in these areas right here. It opens up spaces. And when you have a shadow striker like Sabitzer, then, of course, you have plays like this. Beautiful pass into space. The Sevilla defenders can do nothing about it. And again, Sabitzer, the guy is right-footed. 2 beautiful finishes with his left foot. Class player, classy players and classy goals from classy players. those were the positives. Now, what didn't go so well? Now, of course, as you've noticed on the analysis video, I don't have any footage of the goals because they were unfortunate goals for us to concede. This was a freak ending of the game. Nobody could have foreseen that. But I just gotta say something though, unnecessary in the air. I mean, we should have been much tighter on him. I think that the Manchester United scouts should have told our players about his ability in the air. The guy has scored the towering header against Spain in the 2018 World Cup. He scored the towering header, as you know, against Portugal, where many of our players were playing for Portugal in the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. And so there were three players around him, mainly Weghorst and Harry Maguire, and none of them were actually tight enough to prevent him from executing that header. But still, I still think that we were unfortunate to concede those goals. But the one criticism that I have, it's not really a criticism, but mostly an observation or a suggestion, is how we handled our substitutions. So the first substitution, Maguire for Varane, I don't have any issues with that. Varane had a knock, that's why he had to be substituted. And Harry Maguire, truth be told, since the World Cup, he's actually been quite solid for us. He's never disappointed me whenever he's played for us. And this game, I don't think that he's done anything wrong. He was just unlucky that the ball ricocheted off his head into our own goal. Then the three substitutions that happened around the 60th minute with Martial, Bruno Fernandes and Sancho. Again, no issues with this whatsoever. Martial is coming back from injury, probably can't play more than 60 or 65 minutes. Bruno Fernandes was on a yellow card and the guy's been a machine. He's been playing every single game for us, so he probably deserves a rest in order for us also to prevent any knocks or injuries to Bruno Fernandes. And then Sancho has been wasteful and in my opinion, one of the reasons why we did not score more than 2 goals at that stage of the game. The players who replaced them, also I do not have any issues with that. Weghorst, that's the only center forward that we have. And of course, Christian Eriksen, he needs minutes in order for him to become match fit after his injury. But the problem I have with the Sancho substitution is Elanga. And this is not against Elanga. For example, I'm not saying, oh, we should have substituted Pellistri instead, or oh, Elanga is useless, or if Garnacho was available, maybe Garnacho for Sancho. No, I just think that at that stage of the game, us being 2 goals up, we needed something different. We needed to change our shape in order for us to plug and manage the game better. And to me, there is only one player that would have allowed us to do that, and it's Fred. You could have introduced Fred instead of Elanga, replacing Sancho. What that would have done is that it would have actually plugged our left-hand side. Both of the goals that we have conceded have come from the left-hand side, and that's because we had Tyrell Malacia and Anthony Elanga, both of whom are inexperienced. In the case of Elanga, he's not even match fit because he barely plays. And of course, Christian Eriksen, who's coming back from injury. So that was our weakest side. So it just messed up the balance of the team. But if we had included Fred in there instead of Elanga, then you'd have Malacia, Fred, and Christian Eriksen. Fred is a machine. He runs, he tackles, he will help you actually consolidate that lead. But also, Fred has had some of his best contributions in terms of goals and assists late in games. As the opposition starts actually pushing, trying to score a goal, that's when actually Fred can exploit those spaces that are left by the opposition because he's got a lot of stamina, he's actually tactically aware, he's got good positioning, good off-the-ball movement. And so I think that Fred could have been a much better tactical option for us than Elanga. But hey, I'm not an elite football manager, so what do I know? But this is just my opinion as a Manchester United fan and as an analyst. So anyway, guys, I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it the thumbs up and please make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. What did you like about this game? What did you hate about this game? And what are our chances in the return leg in Sevilla? Cheers.